12 questions.
Shit, I went all out on Jack. I went 34. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy
Jesus.
Skinny Moose.
And your boy, Fat Squirrel.
And we brought on Jack Harrop
Yo.
along with one of his colleague partners. So let's start this off. What made you become a wrestler?
What made me become a wrestler? It's all I've known. All my life, it is all I've known. I can't take you to a point in my life where I've never had professional wrestling involved in it.
That's pretty much true. I've sat down and talked to Jack for known Jack for a better half of about 3 years, and he's always telling us stories about how his dad's took him to events and how he's met just about everybody, Rob Van Dam, and he's met, William Regal, and he's met a lot of American wrestlers, but he's also met some of his idols from over there in England. So I'm pretty, content with that answer. I'm pretty happy with that answer.
I had no word of a lie. I had my second birthday in a wrestling ring in Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh,
Like
that's
Stoke-on-Trent's like a town like it in the UK.
That's some shit. That'd be pretty cool to have a birthday in a ring.
That was honest. That was my earliest memory having me second birthday in a ring in Stoke-on-Trent. And listen, it's fucking all of us here. Let's be honest. I don't think none of us is going to remember as early as the second birthday.
No.
That's my earliest memory. My second birthday in a ring in Stoke-on-Trent.
Hell yeah.
Seeing how you've been in wrestling for a while, what advice would you give to somebody breaking in the business?
What advice I'd give to someone breaking into the business? Listen, to be fair with you, I don't think with me, I don't think I'm that far in my career to give that sort of advice. But if I was going to, it's be respectful, take all the advice you can get, respect the people that came before you. Don't think that no matter how long you've enjoyed wrestling or you've followed wrestling, don't think you know better than anybody. There's always somebody that knows better than you. Be respectful, be open, be willing to learn. That's how you get the respect from people. That's how people have the time of day for you to show you the right way.
Hell yes. How is it having the legend Iceman as a father?
Crazy.
I love Iceman.
Me too. When I'm not killing him.
when you two ain't trying to kill one another.
I love them too. When we're not trying to kill each other, I love them too.
Oh God, the second one, I'm still going with the second one's the worst. That was so brutal.
For me, to be fair, for me it was because fuck me, I had a big massive gash in my arm. For me, it definitely was.
Fuck me, dude. That one was. From the looks of it to the chainsaw to the horde, all the way around, it was just like 3 horror movies put into one: Freddy Cougar, Jason, and Leatherface. So it was something
that was the vibe we were going for.
I thought that's probably one of my favorite matches that has came out of England so far.
Yes.
And I know there's
to be fair, as for me, I'll be honest. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. Every single match I've had with me dad, I've enjoyed. But as for the 3 there, I'd say that was. I'd say first and foremost the one where I nailed his ear. I'd say I don't think anything is beating that. That for me, it was special. And like there, Jack's with us now. Jack was there to witness that. It was
that one was crazy where he got his ear nailed to the ring. That one was fucking brutal.
That was special. And literally at the end of the match, I cried, and that was real tears. That wasn't me acting. That was real tears. It was real. Do you know what I mean? That was as real as it gets.
And I'm not trying to, one thing that I see that you get from your father is the will to never give up. And I
Yeah,
mean, in that match alone, you literally had to nail Iceman's ear to the ring because the man wouldn't stay down. And literally, I was questioning Squirrel, like, what the hell? What's going to keep Iceman down? You know, like
yeah,
Jack's
yeah.
done did everything. And then, like, all of a fucking
Yeah, we were
sudden, you
questioning
just
each
nail his
other.
ear. And I'm like, dude, how the hell? Like, what? And then Iceman's like, gets up and he's like, oh, yeah, you're going to pay for that. And I'm like, he's fucking wanting more.
Mm.
Yes, I loved it though. I love the story behind it. You know, if you don't know the story, it starts out with in one of the tournaments building up for him, and
The
then
outlaw tournament.
yeah, it was the outlaw tournament. I almost said it wasn't. It was the outlaw tournament, and they build up for him, and eventually Iceman throws in the towel for Jack facing B.A. Rose. And he goes, I didn't want to throw it in. He goes, what are you doing? And then Iceman's like, well, I didn't want to see my boy get hurt. And, well, that went right through Jack. He's like, that's my biggest opportunity yet. And, it led up to a hell of a fight between them two. So
It did. It did.
definitely go check it out. What was it like wrestling in America?
Crazy. It was like a dream come true.
Dude, when you was first announced for your American tour, I was so fucking hyped. I was so excited. I knew that you would like it. I knew that you was coming to Jersey, and I was like, I don't know much, but I know like some of the stuff that goes on up there. I was like, well, Jack's gonna hit, one of the Rocky something, or go to one of these wrestling museums or something, because that's what Jack's about.
Mm. Yeah, no, it was literally a dream. Ever there, like I say, like obviously we've already discussed that wrestling's been a part of my life all my life. There isn't a time I can't remember, but there isn't a time I can't remember where I've wanted to do this and I've wanted to succeed. And do you know what I mean? Getting to America, it was like it was the payoff. Do you know what I mean? It was the complete payoff. This was it. Do you know what I mean? You've done it, and like to be fair, like listen, like in my dad's situation, my dad could have been to America years ago. But obviously, my dad had many and many offers to go to America, and my dad wouldn't pay his way over to America. He wouldn't fly himself out there to go and wrestle because he thought he'd been taught a lot more than to do that, and he thought a lot more of himself. If these people want me, these people think I'm an asset, they're going to be the money out to pay for the flights. That was why my dad didn't go to America. My dad could have been
I
there years ago. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. My dad could have been there 20 years ago, easy. But obviously, he
yeah,
thought more of himself and
King of the Death
respected.
matches.
He thought more of himself and respected himself than to pay his way over to go and do that. Do you know what I mean? That's why my dad never went to America. But it's like obviously my dad had to wait 24 years to do that. Do you know what I mean? My dad had to wait 24 years to get paid to America. It only took me 3. Do you know what I mean? It's a big feather to my bow.
And that's crazy how times and promoters and promotions and shit changed. Like, it took him basically his whole wrestling career, but it took you 3 years. And that's
Well,
just
yeah,
crazy.
absolutely, absolutely. Not only did it only take me
Yeah.
3 years, when I got out there, it was against him. So the first time he was in America, the first time I was in America, it was against each other. How crazy it was for me, I can only imagine how crazy it was for me dad.
And how crazy it was for us fans. I mean, but that match was, I don't know, you come out pretty, you got that big ass gash on your arm, so it was pretty good though. I loved it. I love the aspect. Again, I love the story behind it. And I think that that's one thing that England is currently ahead on versus America. I feel like, England and Scotland and all that has a story behind their matches. We just have some of our matches are just two guys and they're swinging to be swinging.
That's what I've always. That's what my dad's always taught us. I've always listened to my dad, and what because I knew what my dad did made sense, and I knew what my dad did mattered. That's why I've always listened to me dad for. He said anybody can go in a ring. It doesn't take a lot of skill. I've spoke about with you before. It doesn't take a lot of skill to go in a ring. Anybody could do it. You three could do it right now. It doesn't take a lot of skill or training to go into a ring and swing a light tube and hit somebody. It doesn't.
No,
But to
none
tell
of
a
them.
story around that takes a lot of skill.
Yeah. To tell a good story, and I mean like a really good one, like you and your dad, or the one like Danny Havoc and I think Masada had back in the day. It's art, and if you do it right, then you're
Yes.
the artist. Other than
When you
that,
do, when you do it right, it's a beautiful thing.
you look like if you do it wrong, you look like some reject that just escaped from a mental hospital, smacking
Und- I,
people.
I completely agree. Completely
So,
agree.
with that being said, keep in mind this channel's all shoot. So, I do have a question, and it is: would you say Alton Thorne is your biggest rival?
I'd say so, yes.
I
Other
have
than
to agree.
listen, it's other than me dad. Other than me dad, I would say so, yes, because what made me dad was special. Do you know what I mean? And what made me dad did there was, although I love him to death. There was real hatred there. There was the fans felt that Jack's there. Jack was in the crowd that first match. Jack was there to witness that. It felt like there was real hatred there. I'd say me dad was my biggest rival. I'd say my dad was my biggest rival. But other than my dad, if we're going to take, do you know what I mean, blood relatives out the equation, other than my dad, yes, 1000%, I'd say Alton Thorne is my next biggest rival, without a shadow of a doubt.
I definitely have to agree. Elton Thorne's one of those. Whew, hey, go ahead, Squirrel.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I got to be good. I got to be good.
out of out of all the places you have wrestled, where would you say you have got the loudest crowd reaction?
Out of all the places I've wrestled, that's a good question. A good question. That. It's a great. Honestly, to be fair, it's a great question, but it's a hard question because I've had a lot of great reactions in a lot of the UK companies. Like they're obviously thinking straight to it. Me and Alton Thorne when we did the no rope barbed wire, they went
That
crazy.
one,
They
I knew
went.
that was coming up. That one hurt.
Do you know what I mean? They went absolute crazy for me. They went crazy from start to finish. They went crazy for us. But then again, Rise, like there, me and Jack watched it just earlier on. The Rise when I did the my first ever one-on-one death match against BA Rose when
Your American tour of all 3 days, you was fucking. You
Mm.
was.
It's like when I done the my first ever death match against BA Rose, the crowd went ballistic. Do you know what I mean? Before when we
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they generally thought that they were getting BA Rose versus me dad, and my dad went in the ring and said he couldn't compete. He was injured. His back was hurt. He couldn't compete. My dad said that, and obviously they were let down because they were wanting to see Iceman. But before my dad got the words out of his mouth to put me in the tournament, the fans were chanting for me. The fans were wanting me.
Right. So I'd have to agree. That's probably your biggest one
Mhm.
because you wasn't even wrestling then, really, and like everybody wanted Jack. So fuck
Mm.
yeah.
I'd done at that point there.
Yeah.
I'd done two matches. I had the match. Obviously, if we're going back in the day when I was 12, I had my first ever wrestling match. I had when I was 12-year-old. It was against James Mason. He was like it was. We did a thing where my dad was wrestling James Mason, and James Mason used to do the double. He was himself, and then he wore a mask, and he was Taguri. And my dad wrestled obviously James Mason as Taguri, and we did a thing where Taguri came after me. in the match, and I got put into the match a 2-on-1 handicap with me dad. That was the first time I'd ever wrestled. I was 12-year-old. That was the first match I'd had.
Yeah.
12-year-old.
Yes.
But obviously after that, the fucking the next match, it was against Darwin.
Ooh.
And then obviously I had the No-Ring Rumble. I did the No-Ring Rumble after that, and then literally after I did the No-Ring Rumble, it was the BA Rose match, the 1-on-1, and that was obviously the real lesson. That was the have you got it or have you not got it?
Yeah, that's where you was like, if you're gonna be a deathmatch wrestler, yeah. And that's where I actually first know you from, was from that match, and then shortly after that, me and you started talking. So yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So
That's a match I'm very proud of.
yes, I'm proud of all of your matches, actually.
Very awesome.
But my favorite thing out of every match you ever do, I'd have to say, is those perfectly executed fucking spinebusters.
I love the spinebusters. I love the spinebusters.
Cannot get over those spinebusters. You just know when to hit them and how to hit them, and it's every time on point. It's just so, yes.
Absolutely.
So,
Listen, I'm not gonna turn around and say I do the best spinebuster. Listen, it would be pretty putting down Arn Anderson if I turned around and said I do the best spinebuster. In my opinion, I think Arn Anderson does the best spinebuster. But as for the way I do my spinebuster, I think it's different than anybody does do it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's different because it's like I do the spinebuster, but I spear into them. My legs go off the floor and I spear into them.
Yeah, I think that's what's so different about yours and why I like yours so much. It's because you just do it right then and there, and it's always on point.
But I'm not.
So
I'm definitely not. I'm not going to say that I do the best spine buster. You know what I mean? That would be really, really rude to Arn Anderson. I think Arn Anderson, out of everybody, does the best or did the best spine buster.
Yeah,
Arn
I
Anderson.
respect that.
Double A, Arn Anderson.
Would you say anything is different between England and American deathmatch wrestlers, like wrestling, the ring, the venues, the fans, etc.?
Yes and no. Like as for the talent, the differences with the UK to America, America's a lot bigger than the UK. America, like, I'm not saying like it's bigger. There's a lot more of America than there is UK. There's
promotions.
You know what I mean? There's a lot more. We've only got 5, 6 at best. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot more. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, with there being a lot more, you also get with the good, and there's a load of good deathmatch wrestlers in America. To be fair, every single one who's came over to the UK for ICW, there's not one person I can say, oh, he was shit. Every single one was absolutely incredible. Every single person. But I think there's a lot in America. It's a lot bigger. There's a lot more going on, meaning that there's a lot of shit also going on. As much as the good, there's a lot of shit going on because it's that big.
There's a lot of fucking drama.
Where for us, it's only a small scene. It's only a small scene with like 9 times out of 10. If, for instance, if we on a Rise show, the same lads is going to be there on a Bleeding Gum show, or the same lads is going to be there on a Kumite show, a TNT show, a CXW show. It's the same lads. Do you know what I mean? It's because we've got a smaller pool than what America has.
Yeah.
But it's with the good, you're also there's a lot in America. There's a lot of bad, and to be fair, I'd say the small pool that we've got in England, I can't really think of a bad. Listen, don't get me wrong. There's a couple of times there's been people who've done death matches or the hardcore style where it's like, well, you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it. But these people who's done that, and listen, I'm not going to mention no names, but the people that's done that, they're not recognised enough. They don't go to all the companies in the UK. They've done it. It's happened. It's been shit, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? They don't get regular work.
Aye.
Whereas in America, there's a lot of that. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of companies who give shit a lot of work. The regular work.
Yeah.
True,
But
true.
that's but not obviously not knocking America because there's. Listen, in my opinion, I'll be brutally honest. In my opinion, as for in the world right now, as it stands right now in the world, I would say the best deathmatch wrestler in the world is Atticus Cogar.
Mm.
I really would.
Oh
I think
yeah.
he's absolutely brilliant.
God damn it.
Hey, I like me some Atticus Cogar now.
He's
Uh,
Yeah.
brilliant. He's absolutely
he's
brilliant.
I gotta go with
awesome.
my boy Slack.
Listen, not thinking Slack's absolutely incredible. Slack is absolutely incredible. I've had the pleasure of meeting Slack a couple of times now. He's absolutely incredible. He's Slack is the full package. You look at him, he looks like he could eat somebody alive. He gets into that ring, he generally does eat somebody alive. Slack is the full package. He absolutely is the full package. That's what there's a lot, you know what I mean? Fucking Alex Cologne, John Wayne Murdoch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not even going to all the like the old school wrestlers, deathmatch wrestlers, Pondo, Necro Butcher, who's still
Yeah,
killing it.
Necro.
Do you know what I mean? That's not
Yeah,
even
Necro.
going into them. There's a lot of good in the American scene. There's absolutely it's incredible, and it's people who can actually they can work a death match there. I just came into my head there. Akira's fucking
Yeah,
world
Kira.
class. He's world class. He's incredible.
That's true.
There's a lot. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot more in the American scene. There's a lot more good than bad. But that bad is still there. Do you know what I mean? The likes of fucking there, Mr. California, the bad's still there looming in the background.
That's true.
Where with us, it's
Yeah.
it isn't. Do you know what I mean? That's because there's a small pool of us. There's a small group of us that whenever you see this person at one place, chances are you're going to see them at the next place. You're going to see them at every. Well, there. Let me think. There, Rise, Bleeding Gums, Kumite, TNT, CXW. That's five. That's five deathmatch companies in the UK.
Yeah, we
Um,
got Circle 6, 7, IWA Deep South. We got GCW, H2O, ICW. We got fucking ICW Milwaukee,
JCW.
like truthfully, there,
JCW,
obviously, when you're talking
POR.
there, it's like you can just keep going and going and going.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
seems like
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
that's it. That's it. And that's, do you know what I mean? That's why you see a lot more bad in America than you do in the UK because there's a lot bigger pool of it. But what good there is in America, they're fucking incredible. Like I've just said there to you, Atticus Koga. He's one of my favourites. He is incredible. He is incredible.
So, would you say your worst or major injuries come from your dad, or where did they come from?
Uh, worst injuries. Worst injuries. Um, But that is a good question. That is a cracking question. No, to be honest, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Listen, don't get me wrong. Obviously, when I wrestled my dad in America, obviously it's general knowledge. Uh, I cut my arm got cut really, really bad, and
Yeah.
a few weeks later, I thought it was going to be okay, but a few weeks later, I had to get obviously have an operation to get the glass removed out my arm. That's general knowledge, but I wouldn't. It's one of them. You're a deathmatch wrestler. You're a deathmatch wrestler. Still to this day now, do you know what I mean? There's going to be glass all over my body. There's going to be glass all over right now. What I've never even came to. It was just unfortunate at that time that the glass went into my arm and it caused an infection.
Yeah.
Still to this day, as I talk to you now, there's, do you know what I mean? My arms, my back, there's going to be glass all over myself. Like, and that's what makes you think. Like, look at the likes of the Necro Butcher. Do you know what I mean? Like, if that's the case for me right now, how much glass is he going to have in his body?
Exactly.
That's
true.
But I wouldn't like, even though obviously I had to have an operation with the my arm getting infected, this, that, the other. I wouldn't say that was the worst. I really wouldn't. Like, I had the broken ribs with Alton
From
when I
Alton
took the bump off the apron. But if I'm honest, I still wouldn't say that was the worst.
Oh, damn.
The worst one, and me and Jack spoke loads of times, and I'm still to this day, no word of a lie. The other day I was in the van with my dad, and I was complaining of this in me in my shoulder. I have a torn rotator cuff,
Damn.
and I literally still to this day I complain about it. It hurts. It really, really does hurt. And that didn't even come from deathmatch wrestling.
Oh shit. Where'd that come from?
That came from me doing a normal match.
Oh shit, against who?
It was. Let me get his name right. His name's gone out my head. His name's gone out my head. Oh man, what's his name? Oh, his name's gone out my head.
Crazy.
Craig Stevens, he was called.
That's
And
crazy.
that was just on a normal family show.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That was, if anything, and the one that still bugs me, still, and it's like I did that almost 2 years ago, and that's the one that, do you know what I mean? The cut on my arm against my dad in America, that I've got a scar there for life. It's never going to go away, but it
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
Like
The broken ribs with Alton Thorn, it hurt me for a long time, like to the point where I felt like I couldn't breathe. I'm okay now, but the torn rotator cuff, when I did it in the like the family show, that still bugs me to this day.
yeah, when we interviewed Masada, he said like, you're gonna get hurt in a death match, you may get cut up or whatever. He said, but if a bad injury is gonna come out, it's gonna come out in a regular wrestling match or doing a regular technical move.
I completely agree with him. I completely agree with him. Obviously, the proof's in the pudding, because that was the case for me. I've been hurt. Do you know what I mean? Alton Thorne, I had broken ribs. My dad, I got a bad cut infection in my arm. That was sorted. I don't feel the broken ribs now. It's completely healed. It's perfect. I don't feel that. But still to this day, my shoulder aches. Still to this day. And that was a normal. It wasn't over 18s. It wasn't a smart fan show. It was a normal family show where children was at.
Damn.
And that was me. That I'd say now is my worst injury, because that's the one that still bugs me.
So, is there anyone you would like to call up for a match?
To call out for a match. Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Let's hear it.
Otis Cogar.
Otis! Oh shit!
Otis.
You got your wish, squirrel! Oh shit!
Bring it
Oh,
fucking Otis, bring it fucking on. Whether it's in the UK or whether it's in America, me and you has got to fight. And I hope he watches this. Me and you have got to fight.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to tag Otis in this when we share this shit on fucking line. Oh shit!
And I'm not
Oh
taking,
shit!
I'm not taking away. I know how good Otis Cogar is. I know how good he is. He's fucking incredible. He's a beast. But out of everyone, and listen, it's one of them.
yeah.
It might shock people. Do you know what I mean? It might shock people that although I could have turned around and said, "Oh, I'm calling Necro Butcher out, or I'm calling Madman Pondo out. I'm calling John Wayne Murdoch." To be fair, I've worked John Wayne Murdoch, but it could be. Do you know what I mean? To people, it could be like, "Oh, I'm calling these people out." Out of anyone that it's got to happen, me and you has got to meet one on one in a ring, Otis Cogar, because that match would forget the weapons. Forget the light tubes. Forget the barbed wire. Forget everything. Just me and him in a ring. It doesn't even have to be. It doesn't even have to be a death match. Me and him in a ring would be a war.
That'd be one I'll take.
It would be a
Okay.
war. And obviously, I've worked them before. I have worked them obviously when we did at ICW when we did the 4-way. But doing a singles match is a lot different than doing a 4-way.
Yeah.
The straight away, as
That's true.
soon as that match happened, instantly, obviously it was live. Do you know what I mean? We're over in
Yeah.
America. It was live. Do you know what I mean? It was going out straight away online on Twitter, X they call it now. On X, straight away, people was going, the match we want to see is Jack Harrop versus Otis Cogar. Danny DeManto came up to me as soon as I came back from them curtains and said, I think, to be fair, I think he even put it on Twitter, X. I call it Twitter, but I'm going to call it Twitter, but we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
When I think Danny
Yeah,
DeManto, he did. He even put it on Twitter. No matter where in the world, if it's in England, if it's in the UK, if it's in England, if it's in the USA, Otis Cogar versus Jack Harrop has got to happen.
Oh yeah, it's going to.
That would be epic,
Oh
and we
yeah,
don't need the weapons. I like a death match. I like people think, oh, we've got to have a million light tubes
Oh
to have a
yeah,
death
that's
match.
overused.
We've got to have, do you know what I mean? We've got to have 10 ton of barbed
yeah,
wire. We've got to have a load of these dangerous things to have a death match. No, you don't. Do you know what I mean? You don't. You really, really don't. Like me and Otis Cogar could stand one on one in a ring against each other without any weapon and have a pretty fucking solid death match. A death match that would go up in competition with the rest of the year.
Yeah.
It really,
yeah.
really would. It really would. That people would consider a death match.
How was it taking a tree? How was it taking a Kenza, especially by Tremont?
Jesus.
I talked to him off camera about that. He said he took one. He said it was his first and last one, y'all.
I'd never. Funny enough, Otis Cougar took a Kenzan. I don't know if you've seen it. You probably would have. He took a Kenzan from Tremont, and
Oh shit!
yeah, he did. And before we even met, me and Otis was messaging back and forth to each other, and he was like, "Are we going to do the Kenzans?" I was like, "Nope, no, we're not." No, we're not. We're not going to do them. And honest, that was it. What? Listen, I will listen. If you do, if you're going to be anything in deathmatch wrestling, you've got to have a high pain threshold. You've got to be able to take pain,
Yeah.
and I will. Do you know what I mean? Even to the years of being young, I've been able to take a lot of pain to the point of my teenage years when I've broken bones and I've taken pots off, like casts off, to go to parties and things like that. I do have a pretty high pain threshold. I really do. But the Kenzan, I'll be honest, the Kenzan, it hurt. I'm not going to turn around and say, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to it didn't hurt. It didn't bother me. It hurt. It really, really did hurt. Do you know what I mean? It hurt. You've got, you've got easily 100 spikes there,
Oh
100
yeah.
spikes, like stick it in your head. I'm not going to turn away and say it didn't hurt, but it was more to the point I couldn't get the fucker out.
Oh shit.
That's what
The
thinged us the
noise
most.
too. The noise it made when
Yeah,
it came out. Oh my
that's it.
god.
That's it. I couldn't. It was like I couldn't get it out. It was like I couldn't do it. And like my cousin Tom, obviously me cousin Tom came over to America with us. I
Yeah.
trust him. I trust him. He's just like I say, he's my cousin, but if anything, he's like my brother. I
Yeah.
trust him more than anybody in the world. And when all the medics was trying to sort me out and get it out my head, I was like, just leave me. Make sure my dad's out the way so my dad can't see it, so my dad can't worry about me. But
Yeah.
let our Tom do it. Let our Tom try and get out my head. And even our Tom said, I can't get it out. It's stuck in. It is stuck in your head. And it took about half an hour pulling with pliers. It took about half an hour to get that the Kenzan out my head, and it was generally
Oh,
me
fuck.
in the dressing room. Obviously, I was sat outside while the medics were trying to get out my head, and the Matt Tremont came up to me dad, and he was like, I'm going to go and check on Jack, see how he is." Literally, Matt Tremont was there. I wouldn't have. At best, he was there 2 minutes, and it came out my head.
Damn. That's
Actually,
crazy.
as we speak, 1 second. I think I've got it here. 1 second. I think I've got the actual one. Wait there. I do. I do. I do. Wait there. Listen, don't get me wrong. Listen, that's why I never came on the video, because you wouldn't be able to see me too well. But hopefully, I can show you the exact Kenzan that went in my head. That was
That's
it.
fucking crazy.
That was the one that was, and it's like, to be fair with you, like to the Kenzans that I'd seen before, they were only little things. That
Aye.
is they. Listen, I've got a pretty big hand.
Damn.
You can see, and that there, as we see it there. That's the Kenzan that was stuck in my head for half an hour.
Jesus.
You really should try and get the video of that if you're getting it out. The noise is still sickening to me, honest to God.
And you can see, do you know what I mean? You can see fucking.
Oh my god. You can see where it was stuck, like it's fucking bent.
Yeah.
That's gnarly. Look at the fucking bends in that.
Yeah, you can see, you can literally see where it fucking, you know what I mean? You can see where it went in and where it's bent, you can see that.
You can kind of still see the blood fragments, I think. Like little trickles of blood. That's fucking crazy though, bro.
That there. You can see the blood there.
Yeah, so you can still see the fucking blood even after he signed it.
That's the one. That's the exact one that was in my head for half an hour. Listen, it's fucking crazy that I'm in the exact spot that I can get it. But I've just remembered as I was talking about it, it was here. It was generally here where I could in arm's reach where I could get it.
That's fucking crazy.
That's the one, and it's fucking as to the Candens what I've seen in the past. It's pretty fucking big. Do you know what I mean? There's my
Yeah, I thought
hand.
they were small.
I've got pretty big hands, and do you know what I mean? You can see how big it is.
That's crazy, bro.
Fucking incredible, man.
Wow.
Do you sell
Yeah.
fight used merch or weapons?
You what?
Do you sell fight used merch or weapons?
Wait there, 1 second, bro. 1 second. I'll just put this away. What are you saying, bro?
Do you sell fight used merch, like the clothes you wrestled in or weapons you used in the match? Do you sell them?
Yeah. It's one of them. It's
Hey,
sometimes you if someone gives you a good enough offer, you sell them, and do you know what I mean? If you make a lot, do you know what I mean? Fucking the right person who wants them, you make a lot off the shirts and that. Like there, the when I wrestled me dad in the first time me and my dad wrestled in Rise, that was someone wanted to buy the shirt. I'm not going to say no names, but someone wanted to buy the shirt, and I did really well out of it.
hell yeah.
But obviously, there's sometimes, you know what I mean. You sometimes where you keep hold of them, like there with the after I wrestled Tremont on the US weekend, and he gave me his jersey.
Hell yeah.
I still keep hold of that to this day. That it was special to me, to be fair.
I understand that.
It was special. Listen, if you wait there 1 second, I'll just go and get you it. 1 second. Sorry to thing. I'll go and get. I'll show the jersey on the camera.
All right.
Feeling today though, bro? You feeling okay today, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. My ass is fucking numb and it hurts because I can't do nothing other than really sit.
Yeah, I heard
Fucking
about the
tape.
burn.
I know.
I hope
I've been
everything's
there.
all good with that.
What?
I hope everything's all good with the burn. I did hear about that. The injury, like.
Yeah, I burned my side. I fucked myself up, bro. Oh fuck, dude! Like the tape's not even beginning to want to stick to my fucking skin anymore. So I'm just
Oh,
like, it's just there, like it's trying to come
There
off,
it is.
but I'm
There it
trying.
is. There it is, cuz.
What?
Hey, there it is, cuz. There's our death match.
Fuck you!
Another death match.
Fuck you! Goddamn! I burned myself and then the fucking oven quits. I told the landlord. He's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm not playing your goddamn games." Oh shit! That's fucking padding. I don't know, like one's covered and the other one's fucking not, and then it's just trying to come off. And sitting in my chair in front of my computer or sitting or laying there in the bed doing nothing. I'm like, I'm not one to lay there and do nothing. And she was like, well, you can't do nothing. That's doctor's orders. And I got to let it heal. Dude,
That's true.
it was so
Yo.
fucking. I went to go change earlier, and the fucking padding got stuck to my goddamn skin where new skin's growing over top of the old skin.
Oh.
Bro,
Yo.
if she wasn't a female and that was a dude sitting there, that dude would be in the hospital right now. Fucking the old lady, she changed my padding because of where it's like on my back or my side or whatever, and I can't really see it. And where the new skin's coming in over top of the old skin, the padding got fucking stuck.
Fuck hell.
Oh.
I was like, you could see the old skin over top, or the new skin over top of the old skin, and like both was coming off at the same time. she was like, well, I can't rip it off because I'll rip your whole, the new skin and everything off. And Uncle's like, well, you might as well go get a shower. And I was like, I can't let water hit this directly. He was like, I don't know then, Bubba. So she comes in here, sits down, and she gently pulls it off, and it still fucking hurts.
Fuck hell.
I'm draining now. I've been draining since. Yo. I've been draining
I know how
since.
baby mama gonna get you now.
It fucked me up, bro. I can't even lay in bed
She
with her.
gonna throw some snot on your ass. You keep fucking with it.
Oh, she pulls an Art the fucking clown, y'all. Man, I'll be in fucking prison. She pulls an Art on my ass. Oh fuck, bro. But yeah, like it's fucking hell. And I've been told that like now I have the deathmatch wrestler mentality. Since I can take fire or steam or whatever, I can take anything in a death match. And I'm like, hey, y'all, this wasn't intended. I'm not trying to step beyond those ropes,
Yes.
I'm not trying to get murdered here because we all know I'm not going to last.
That's not skinny. That's what squirrel's for.
I'm not going to last.
That's what squirrel's for.
Yeah, but obviously, as I was saying there, I had to go into my wrestling bag. I forgot to. I went upstairs to go in my cupboard to see was it there, but it was. I completely forgot. I'd wore it at CXW a couple of weeks in, and I left it in my wrestling bag. And after, obviously, the match after I'd wrestled Tremont, I came backstage and he was like, "I want you to have something." I was like, "Okay, what do you want me to have?" It was like the jersey that I wore against you. He said, "I want you to have this." He said, "I want you to take this," and it meant a lot. It really meant a lot, and I'll bit there. Can you see that?
That's
Oh
fucking
yeah, I remember
cold.
that.
It has his name on the back of it.
And
That's
to be
awesome.
fair, that really, really meant a lot. You know what I mean? It was like, well, I went out there and I went in with one of the best in the world. You know what I mean? One of the best in the world to do deathmatch wrestling. And I stood me on and to know that I got his respect, you know what I mean, to give me a jersey that he wears, it was incredible. Do you know what I mean? It was an incredible experience.
I say so. That's fucking awesome, though.
Heck yeah.
So,
That's what it
who would
sounds
you
like.
say gave you a ran for your money or took you to your limits?
Oh, that's also a good question. A good question. Um, Darko.
Danny Darko. Aye.
We obviously I've wrestled Darko twice. Me being Darko a couple of weeks ago. We had a triple threat at CXW. But the first time I
Ooh.
wrestled Darko, it was a no ring death match, and it pushed me to my limits. It really did push me to my limits, and
He got,
it was epic. It was epic.
yeah, he smacked that goddamn fucking van. Danny fucking threw him straight into his dad's van. And then they just started fighting by the van.
Which my dad went crazy about.
And I was like, what's this post on Facebook where Jack's apologizing to his dad about the van? And then I seen the show and I was like, oh shit. Damn, that. Fuck. Then they
Yeah.
get back in and Danny fucking demolishes him, dude. And you could tell Jack was in some fucking pain after that match. I was like, oh shit. I was like, Danny, let up, bro, let up.
100%. Don't get me wrong. Listen, as for how to do a death match, and there isn't a lot of things need to be planned into a death match to have a great death match. Darko taught me a lot in that match. Taught me a hell of a lot in that match, because there wasn't a great deal planned in that match. We didn't plan much at all. and we had a great match, absolutely incredible match, to the point where people were saying this match needs to happen in a ring. We need this match one-on-one in a ring. Do you know what I mean? That was,
Yes.
and listen, to be fair, I'm honestly, I'm not the biggest fans of the no ring matches.
I'm
I'm
not
not.
either. I'm not either.
I'm not a big fan. Listen, don't get me wrong. I like brawling. I love brawling. I do. Do you know what I mean? I love going outside. I love this, that, the other. I love that. But I'm not. I like there to be a ring there. I do. I like there to be a ring there. I'm not. I'm not the biggest fan. And listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not. If people say, "Oh well, we're booking you for a no ring match," I'm not going to turn around and say, "Oh no, I don't want to do that." Do you know what I
Of
mean? I'm going to
course.
do it, but it's not. It's not my favorite. You know what I mean? It's not my favorite.
I
To me,
respect that.
it's making the best out of a bad situation.
I respect that. Like, there's no padding. There's no actual, there's nothing to actually do anything with. I mean, you can't do like your signature, your finisher, especially if you have one where you throw them into the ropes. It
That's it. That's it.
you're fucked. Like your spine busters. How
Yep.
you supposed to do a spine buster? There's no corner turnbuckle or anything for them to lay up on. What, you gonna lay them up in the corner?
That's it. That's it. Listen,
And
don't
how
get
the
me
heck
wrong.
gonna do it?
I
I,
managed to, with Darko in the no ring match. I managed to do a spine buster to him through chairs, but I completely agree. Like there, but with my senton, they send me off. I
yeah,
go off the ropes, come back, spinning back elbow off the other rope, senton. You can't.
all the good things get taken out. Like you're like just really throwing
Yeah.
blows, and to me, that's not a wrestling match or a death match. Just standing there hitting each other. I'm not. I mean, I'll watch the no ring shows, but like I prefer something to where it's wrestling. I'm not like brawling here.
That's 100%. I completely,
Like
completely agree.
I like UFC, and I like the aspect of the pit that Danny has. I like the aspect of it, but that's something different. That's a cage. I don't like nothing, if that makes sense. Like,
That's no, I completely, completely agree. I'd sooner there be a ring. I'd sooner,
I
and
don't want to
I've
fucking
said
see guys wrestle concrete.
yeah, I like the brawling. Do you know what I mean? I love the brawling, but I like there to be a ring. I like there to be something to go back to. Do you know what I mean? Something there.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Squirrel. Ask a question.
Okay. If you had a chance to participate in any American Deathmatch tournament, which one would you choose to participate in? Why?
Uh, another good question. Another good question. Just to be fair, there's a few. There's a few. Obviously, I know it's not going to be called that, called it anymore. But the NGI,
Right.
and
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd also like to go to Tournament of Death.
Ooh.
Right.
I can see you in Tournament of Death. Yeah.
It's one of them. Obviously, fucking the like I say, going back to my childhood, Tournament of Death's really like a big deathmatch tournament. That's realistically all I've known. Do you know what I mean? Other than IWA, the King of the Death matches, that the Tournament of Death is what I remember. Do you know what I mean? Seeing them outside and all the fans going crazy. That's what I remember.
Oh yeah. I
All right.
like KOD too.
Since he won't say it, I will. And I know you watch the channel. Kevin Brandon, Tyler Becker, fly Jack over. Put him in Carnage Cup.
Do this, motherfucker.
Come on, put him in Cup,
Yeah.
y'all. I know y'all watch the channel. Put him in Cup. Carnage
Yeah.
Cup 15.
Yeah, awesome in Cup. Be
He
awesome in
killed
Cup.
motherfucking shit.
Go for it.
Yeah.
If you want to go for it, I'm ready.
Take him, Kevin. Come on, fly him over. It'll probably be cheaper to fly him over than another Japanese boy. When you first started, did you think you was gonna blow up as fast as you did?
Years in the job, I do agree that, you know what I mean, I've had a pretty great start, but I don't look at it as blown up, so to say.
I mean, I didn't really know how to put it. You was just fuck, bro. You zoomed through it. Honestly, like I'm proud. Like, bro, like 1 minute you was doing something for Rise, and then it was just fucking. It was on this card, and then this card, and then this card, and then this card.
I just,
Shit, I'm like,
I just
And
give
you
me
won a
all.
game.
I give me all, and that's the way it's always been. And it's like the way I look at it, it's like it was very easy. I've used this term a long time. It was very, and listen, I don't know if you followed WCW and things like that, but it was a really easy for me to be the next David Flair. It
I respect that.
was really easy for me to be that, and I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be the next David Flair. I wanted to contribute. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be the next David Flair. I wanted to be the next Charlotte Flair,
Hey, I respect that.
and that's. And I
Hell,
knew, do you
hell
know
yeah.
what I mean? I knew it was going to be pretty easy for people to say, "Oh, he's just been given this. He's just been this." Is, do you know what I mean? With who his dad is, his dad's starting deathmatch wrestling in Europe. That I knew it was going to be pretty easy for people to say, "Oh, but he's just been given this opportunity." But listen, fair enough. Maybe I did get it a little bit easier than other people would have. But if I go out there, I give 150%. I bleed just as much as anybody, bleed more than anybody, take as much as punishment, try my level best, give it my all. What can they say? Do you know what I mean? They can't say anything about it because I've give
That's
everything I've
true.
got. I've never just took an easy ride. In none of this, I've never just took an easy ride.
That's true. I've always
Right,
known Jack to
right.
get out and do his own thing, and get out
Yep.
there and win or lose. I've always backed Jack up, and even on cards where, like him and Lou. Even though I like Lou, I'm like on the channel. I'm like, I gotta go with Jack. Win or lose, I'm taking Jack. It don't matter who he goes against. I got Jack. I've always had Jack's back.
That's it. It was very easy for people to say that he's been given this, and I didn't. Do you know what I mean? I didn't. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I did get opportunities a little bit easier than other people, but I was never given it. You know what I mean? If I never give 110%, there's in that match there with BA Rose. If I the first one-on-one death match, if I never give it my all, there's no question in my mind. If I stunk up the place in that match, there was no question I was never going to do it again.
That's true. I respect that. That's true. Yes, sir. How was it winning the? Well, you lost it, but how was it winning the Bleeding Gums UK Deathmatch Championship?
It was great. It was great because it was like that was my first championship. That was the first one I'd won. But obviously, it never lasted that long.
Yeah, thanks to yeah, I,
Thanks to that motherfucker.
I can't with him, Jack. No matter what match I watch with him, I just can't. I can't get behind him.
Not me either, because he's a
I don't even
motherfucker.
know who you
He,
talking
he,
about.
he is one of them. Took the easy way out.
Oh shit!
I don't even know who y'all talking about.
Fucking Elton Thorne. Elton Thorne. He beat Michael
Uh,
Caden for the belt, and then Elton Thorne's bitch ass came down there
And
and beat the shit out of Jack.
let's just add when I was against Michael Caden, I didn't want to be because earlier on in the night Michael Caden got hurt. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
want to
got hurt.
be.
He could barely move.
I wasn't. I wasn't happy. If I'm honest, I'll be honest with you. When I won that belt, it didn't feel like, even though it was the first belt I'd won, it didn't feel like, oh, you've done this, because Caden was hurt beforehand.
That
Caden wasn't
was
100% going into that match, so it wasn't like, well, you've went up there against 100% Michael Caden, you've done that. I was sort of let down. Do you know what I mean? Because it to me, even though I didn't eat, to me it felt like it was the easy way out. I'd done it, and I didn't really have to try because Canden was hurt.
Have you seen that match, Squirrel? It was a good
I have
match.
to watch it.
Canden gave it his all. Jack gave it his all, but it wasn't the best. And no offense, but I felt like it was a fucking shit show because like Canden couldn't give Jack what Jack wanted, which was a real death match. Even though Canden tried, Jack didn't want to give it his all because again, Caden's hurt. So they're just in there like scrambling around trying to, make a death match, trying to make it a good match for us fans. And then Canden lost the belt, and I was like, Jack's like, he holds it up and he's like, not too happy. He's not too thrilled. He's just like,
You can see when I'm holding that belt up, it's not a person that is
I'm
holding the
like,
belt up. Oh, I've done this. It's like when I'm holding that belt up, it's like a person that it feels like it's the easy win. It feels like it's the easy option. Ideally, I'd want to face 100% Canden, who was giving his all. Do you know what I mean? That's who I'd want to win. I didn't want to win a Canden that was hurt, that was clearly wasn't 100%, and that's why, even though it was great for me, do you know what I mean? As long as it lasted, it was great for me, but it still didn't feel like a win for me
so
because it wasn't 100% Canden.
does Thorne still have the belt, or does
He
Canden get it
does.
back?
No, Alton's got the belt. Alton's got the belt, but for how long? That's the question to be asked, because I'm coming for it.
I say throw you and Canden in a triple threat with him, and
See who comes up.
yeah, see who comes up, or you and Canden for a number one contenders against him.
We can only
Because
listen. That's obviously that's not my call. Do you know what I mean?
that's it. Yeah, that's not your
That's
call.
not
That's
my
up to the
shout. That's the promoter's call.
yeah.
But
That's
whichever way we go about it, I'm coming for it. Do you know what I mean? I am coming for it. Me and Alton, we've had now. Listen, we've had 1, 2, 3. We've had 3 matches, 2 singles matches, one that was a no contest, one that was a triple threat with Matt Tremont, and another what I won. Well, if you can count that, obviously the one that he took the belt off us, that was another one that he won when I was an half beaten man. But I want the next one. I want one more. I want one more, and I want to prove, like, even though I proved in the no rope barbed wire against Alton that I'm better than him. I can beat him. As much as he beats me down, I can keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and beat him. And I proved that. Do you know what I mean? I proved that in the no rope barbed wire. Whatever he gave to me, I can take it all, and I can give him just as much, and I can beat him. And I proved that.
Yeah, you did. And you
I
had him
proved,
so fucking furious fighting, man.
but all the people's talking about now is Alton taking the belt off us. Do you know what I mean? And they don't think that. Oh well, wait a second. He's never. He didn't take the belt off 100% Jack Harrop. He took the belt off a Jack Harrop that I just as no matter what state Canden was in, there was still parts of that match where Canden gave me abuse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
I'd literally, before that, I had to get a Kenzan. We've just seen it. I had to get a Kenzan pulled out my head for half an hour. I wasn't 100%. It was clear to see.
Yeah. That was true. That's true.
And that's obviously that's what everyone's talking about. That's what everyone's saying. Do you know what I mean? Alton's took the belt off Jack, and it's like that can't be that. I'm not letting that lie. Do you know what I mean? Well, no matter what I've got to do, no matter what I've got to do this year, no matter what, I say this year, no matter what I've got to do next year, if that's win tournaments, get number one contenderships. Next year, it is going 1000%. It is going to lead back to me and Alton Thorne, and I'm going to show him that I am better than him.
Oh,
and
let's go.
I'm going to take
Do
the
it.
Bleeding Gums Championship back. I'm going to prove that.
Can't argue with the
And
facts. I mean, I'm going with
that's a
Jack.
promise. That's a promise. We here now. And listen, I don't tell lies. I talk facts. I talk facts. I am saying to you as true as can be. Next year, no matter what I've got to do, I am going to face Alton again. I'm going to face him again, and I'm going to beat him again. And I'm
Yes,
going to
sir.
take.
Let's go.
I'm going to take what's mine, and it's as simple as that.
Let's go, baby. So, what
Heck
was going through
yeah.
your mind when you saw Iceman and Tremont wrestle twice live?
Oh Jesus Christ! I was like a fucking like a kid in a toy shop.
That shit was crazy. That shit was.
I was like a kid. I remember saying to Tremont, like as they were waiting to go out for the entrance, I'm marking out like a fucking bitch.
Hell yeah. I
I
would
said,
too. That was fucking
I
crazy.
said, I cannot believe that right now, as it stands, fucking in Scotland of all the places, I'm seeing Iceman versus Tremont.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
It was incredible because for a long time, no matter who in deathmatch wrestling, no matter what, a long time, the match that my dad has wanted in deathmatch wrestling has been him and Matt Tremont, and I can say that going back for a good fucking literally for a good 10 years. My dad has always wanted to, no matter who it is. My dad has always wanted to be against Tremont.
Fuck yeah. I'm glad that your dad finally got it.
And it was obviously he did. Do you know what I mean?
That was an awesome match, man.
He finally got that match, and it was incredible.
Hell yes.
Might have already answered this, but what would you say is your biggest accomplishment in your career so far?
The biggest accomplishment in my career, uh, wrestling my dad in America.
Ooh, I gotta say, I gotta agree. That was a big fucking match. Everybody.
Awesome.
That fucking hype up
That
though.
was awesome.
We killed it. Y'all killed it working, but damn that they fucking hyped that shit up.
That was the biggest point because it was like, listen, we've already discussed it. My dad waited however many years, and he could have been there a lot longer, lot sooner than he did. But because of himself and what he'd been taught before, and to not pay his way, he didn't. And for me to get there, 3 years in the job to get there, to get it done, to be against him, it was special. It was really, really, really special.
Yeah.
So when you and Iceman had y'all's first death match against each other, did y'all think it'd be this big? Y'all done had three, plus you won another one for Iceman's belt.
See, that's we did, but there was another one before that. There was another one.
Right.
The before I've actually, if we're thinking them up, the three for Rice, I've actually wrestled my dad 5 times.
Oh shit.
The first ever
Oh
time
wow.
I wrestled, the first ever time I wrestled my dad in a death match was in Scotland. This was like a good few months before I wrestled him in Rise, like where I nailed his ear.
Hey.
We done a death match in Scotland, and that was for a company called Pro 2. Listen, you can, if you want to have a look at it, it's on YouTube. Have a look at the that was our first death match. And even though it was like there, that was important to us. It was like, oh, this is the first time. That was generally in Pro 2. That was like the first time I'd wrestled my dad in a normal match or death match. That was the first time I'd wrestled him. That was special. But I remember at the time, both me and my dad saying that exact same match, us going out there, that was great doing that in Scotland for Pro 2, but doing that in Rise would be another level. Doing
Yeah.
that death match in Rise would be a completely different level, and obviously we were right. Do you know what I mean? We were completely right, and it was. Do you know what I mean? It was a completely different level.
Oh
That's
yes.
and I obviously fucking the I think this was the third match we actually had was it wasn't the obviously the third match like what you were thinking would have been the American one, but the actual third match we had was again in Scotland, and that was like on a family show. We had a hardcore match for
Right.
it was for W3L. I've like all in all, like now, like not counting the one coming up, what we doing. I've wrestled my dad 5 times,
Right.
but obviously to me, it's and to be fair to a lot of other people, it's the Rise ones, the Rise matches that the people remember. It's the Rise matches that stand out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like even though we had that match at Pro 2, it was listen, the death match, it was pretty violent. Whoever wants to check it out, they can check it out on YouTube. Pro 2, Iceman versus Jack. That was actually the first one, but obviously it wasn't really. It was generally that at that time it was that promotion's first over 18 show, and to be fair, they've never done an over 18 show after that. the
Oh
the the
shit.
the to be fair, the family show, they do family shows, and they were doing an over 18 show, and it was me and my dad in a death match on the main event. That was the one and only time they did that, and after that, obviously, it was me and my dad in Leeds where I nailed his ear.
It's crazy, bro.
Mm.
I know it was an honor. How did it feel, and what was it like being in Scotland's first ever no rope barbed wire match?
It was crazy, absolutely crazy, because it was like this is listen. No matter if it's been done before in the UK, there's nobody can take it away from us that this was the first time for us. This was the
Yeah,
first time in Scotland. This is the first time it happened.
that's fucking. Like I said, that's an honor, bro, that you actually got to take that title.
Mm. And it was great that obviously the promoter of Bleeding Gums had that faith in us to do
Yes,
that. You know
yes.
what I mean? It was an honour that he had that faith in us that we could pull that off, and thankfully, obviously, we did.
So, would you say Elton Thorne is jealous of you, or was jealous of you at one time?
Um,
Alton.
yes and no.
I gotta hear this.
Yes and no, because it's like at the beginning, it was like no matter what I did, it, Alton was one of them. Jack's been given this. I've had to fight. I've had to claw. Jack's been given this. That at the beginning. That's what he was like. But towards the end, after the no rope barbed wire, I got a different outlook to what he was like. You know what I mean? If anything, I got respect off him,
Right.
and it's obviously it only came to when we did obviously when he came down after I beat Canden, and that was the only time it was like, well, before then it was like there when we went against Matt Tremont, that was a big moment for both of us. That was our first. I know I'd wrestled Tremont again after that in America. That was like, do you know what I mean? It was stupidness to say that wasn't a lot bigger than the triple threat that me and Alton had, but that was the first time someone that we looked up to, Matt Tremont, that was the first time both of us had been against him. And do you know what I mean? We had to fucking, it was the be all and end all. Do you know what I mean? It was fucking show out or fucking get showed up.
Yeah.
I generally thought at that time after we did the Noro Bavaria that there was some respect there. But fucking, it's after he came down and took that away from me, took the belt away from me, it's like there's got to be something there. Do you know what I mean? There's got to be
Yeah.
something there. There's got to be. And fucking at that, listen, at the first when we were there were long before me and Alton's match, the first match we did, I forgot the name of it now. The grass is always bloodier on the other side. The first match we did where I broke my ribs, that there was a lot of shit talk between us. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of, and I did think, do you know what I mean? You are jealous. You are jealous of me. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, I did think that, but after the no rope barbed wire, it sort of dwindled away. It was like it came like it was respect more than anything. And even going into the match with Tremont, it was like respect. Do you know what I mean? The respect's there. But obviously, I was wrong because later on in the night, the respect completely went away, and fucking he did what he did. Like halfway through a match, he went and he took the belt off us when I was a half-beaten man. So
Kind of feel like he gained your respect to disrespect you.
I think to myself, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you both of you now. I think it was all a game with Alton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he gained your respect just to fucking turn around and disrespect you at when you was basically at your lowest.
I think it was all it was all a game with him. He made you think that he respected you. He made you think that there was a level of respect there, that you'd proved him wrong. You wasn't what he made out you was.
I understand that.
And then he completely fucking proved that it was all a lie.
My question is seeing how you have wrestled, you said you wrestled your daddy 5 times, and he pushes you to your best. Do you think that helped you when later on in fighting like bigger deathmatch people like Tremont or stuff like that because he always pushed you to your best in every match y'all had?
1000%. 1000,000,000,000%. It's the matches that me dad taught me, learnt me how to go about these things, how to handle myself in death matches, how to be. It was the matches with me dad that taught me how to be a great. Listen, I hate bigging myself up. I absolutely hate bigging myself up. But it was the matches with me dad that taught me to be a great deathmatch wrestler, to tell a story, to make things count, to make things matter.
Respect.
It was the matches with me dad that made me do that. 1,000,000,000%. There's no going
Give
away
it up
from
to
it.
Iceman. Respect.
There's no going away from it. He taught me more. And listen, fucking, like, he knocked 7 shades of shit out of us. Do you know what I mean? He put me to my limits. He really, really did. But he taught me more than anybody could ever.
I respect that.
He really, really did. He really did. Fucking, it was them matches with my dad is what's molded me. And I like I've just said there, I hate bigging myself up, but I understand it. I do. I understand deathmatch wrestling. I understand what makes a good deathmatch wrestler to a bad deathmatch wrestler. I understand it completely. And it's them matches with my dad. It's not only them matches with my dad. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, them matches with my dad, 100%, 1000%. But before them matches with my dad, there was do you know what I mean? I work with my dad on a daily basis. You talk to each other. Do you know what I mean? There was going to work with him, going just listening to him, and like, do you know what I mean? Fucking wrestling's the biggest part of our lives. Just
Hey,
listening to him, listen to his advice, listen to what he's got to say. That's do you know what I mean? That's what put the head on my shoulders to be what I am today.
when you fought Elton Thorne for the first time and got caught on the barbed wire, How bad was it? You can literally be seen asking the ref for the help to get out of the barbed wire. Then you get your head caught in the barbed wire.
It was really, really bad. Really, really fucking
Yeah,
bad.
you got stuck, and then you're like screaming at the ref for help. And then Alton,
I
Alton,
wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
that motherfucker, he helps you, and then you just go right back through it.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. The barbed wire, listen, the light tubes kill. The light tubes really, really hurt. They really do. But fucking, the barbed wire is another level. The barbed wire kills.
I ain't never took barbed wire. I've took the light tube. I've gotten burnt.
The barbed wire
Took a
kills.
spear to the head.
Yeah, squirrel took the skewer.
To be fair with you, I'm not a big fan of the skewers. Like the gusset plates. The gusset plates, don't get me wrong, the earth they do, but fucking, if anything, they're more therapeutic.
Right.
If anything, they're more I'm not, listen, it's fucking, I'm not going to turn around and say they don't hurt, they do. They do generally do hurt, and they mess you up, they scar you up. But fucking the skewers kill.
I understand that. So, is there anything you would like to plug? Upcoming shows, social media, etc.
Listen, there's not a lot of great things that's planned for, other than the gang's coming to Las Vegas.
Hey.
We're coming there. Do you know what I mean? WrestleMania weekend, we're there. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, we're coming. We're coming.
You're coming back?
Yeah, me WrestleMania weekend. Me and my dad, we coming. In fact, there's me dad, Tim, and Lou Nixon.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's go.
WrestleMania weekend, we're in Vegas.
We need to get you all over there in RPW. Fuck yeah.
Well, listen, I don't want to give nothing away. I don't want to give nothing away that's not announced or not planned, but just keep an eye open. That's all I'm going to say. Just keep an eye open.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be everywhere fucking Mania weekend.
Listen, I can either confirm or deny.
Fuck, he's going everywhere.
But just keep your eyes open. That's all I'm saying. Keep your eyes open, because fucking Mania weekend's going to be a big one. Other than that, me and my dad in Essex, in London, for CXW Neuro Barbed Wire for the CXW Extreme Championship. That's going to be, in my opinion, listen, I'll be honest, in my opinion, fucking, I thought that USA, America, that was the last one. As far as I'm concerned, I thought that was going to be the last one. I really, really did. That was going to be it. That was going to be the finish of it. But unfortunately, we've landed ourselves in a situation where my dad's the CXW Extreme Champion, and I'm the number one contender.
Right.
So there's no going away from it.
Ooh.
It's got, do you know what I mean? It's got to happen one more time, and it's like we're fucking. However many times it's happened, I thought people would be like, "Oh, but I'm sick of this now. I don't want to see this." I'm thankful that the amount of times we've wrestled each other, like obviously I've told you another 2 times, but they're not notoriable. They're not like times that people really has their eyes on it. The times that people have seen is the 3 times for eyes. That's the three times that people stand out. The them times, the one in America, I thought that was generally going to be the last time, and for me, I was happy for that. If that no win, lose or draw, listen, I know he beat me to a fucking pulp and I lost. Fucking, I was happy for that. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, I had 2 wins against him. He was entitled to a win. Do you know what I mean? He was entitled
Yeah.
to prove himself. He really, really was. And I wasn't. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't bothered about that. But in my world, I was happy. I was completely happy for the American fucking trip. Me and me dad for the last time. I was happy for that. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And I'm only happy that fans aren't sick of it. Fans, even though it's fucking at another end of the country in the UK, fans are still wanting it. Fans are still wanting to see father versus son, and to see there 3, 4, to see 4 of them to be interested. It says a lot for what we've done. Do you know what I mean? To capture the interest in people for 3 matches coming up for 4, what is really of notoriety is incredible.
Hell yeah.
And then other than that, just wait for me to fucking knock the shit out of Alton Thorn and take the Bean Gums
yeah.
belt.
Fuck yeah, I can't wait for this.
Seeing how you as a wrestler, what is it like when you take time off?
A killer, because you want to get straight back into it. Like when you're going out there, there's no high like it. There's no high like it. And when you're taking time off, it's a complete killer because you want to feel that high. You want to feel that fucking rush again. You want getting ready to go out for a match. There's no feeling like it. There's nothing like it. No feeling like it. There's no rush that any drug could do that can make you feel like it. When you're taking time off, it's like you want it. You want to get back out. You want to do that. You want to feel that again.
What's your hobbies out of the ring when you're not wrestling?
Hobbies out of the ring when I'm not wrestling. Me family, me kids, spending time with my kids, spending time with
Yes,
my family.
sir.
That's what I like doing when I'm not doing what I do.
I respect that. Yes, sir. That's understandable. 100.
It's like even fucking that there to me, spending time with my family is a lot more important than the time in the ring.
Yeah.
Watching the kids grow up, watching, do you know what I mean? Watching my kids, like my little lass, Arizona. If I'm honest, she doesn't really like the wrestling. She doesn't. But my little lad, he is obsessed with wrestling. He loves it. He lives and breathes it day after day. He absolutely loves it.
That's like my little girl, my little boy. My little boy has nothing to do with it, but my little girl's all in it. But when he sees a certain wrestler, he'll get all in it. But my daughter, she's head over heels for wrestling.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the opposite. My little lass, listen, don't get me wrong, she's seen me do, don't get me wrong, obviously she's never seen me do death matches and things like that. She's been to a few family shows, what I've done. She's seen that. And listen, to be fair, obviously the same with me little lad. I think the furthest me little lad's seen me do as for death matches was 1PW in Doncaster. That was the furthest my little lad has seen me do and obviously I wouldn't even say that was deathmatch wrestling, but that was the furthest my little lad seen me do. He's never seen me do all the rise deathmatch stuff. Don't get me wrong, obviously he has seen me do them on video and tape. Do you know what I mean? He's seen me online and stuff like that. He's seen that sort of stuff, but me little lass, she hasn't. I wouldn't show me little lass. That she's not a big fan of it. when I take her to the family shows, when she sees me, she's not interested in anybody else. When she sees me, she's obviously like a daughter's gonna be. She's all for me. Do you know what I mean? She's cheering for me because it's seeing her dad in a different situation that she's never seen him before.
Yeah.
But my little lad, he is all for wrestling. All for wrestling.
So, this question was coming, but where did you learn to do those amazing ass spine busters?
That's a fucking that out of all the questions you've asked us, that's the hardest. That
Hey,
is the hardest because obviously I trained. You know what I mean? I trained for a good year leading up to me wrestling. I trained this, that, the other, and I just visioned when I done the spine buster. I visioned the spine buster different than what I'd seen it before. If that makes sense,
yeah.
I'd visioned it different, and like there, you can watch. Do you know what I mean? You can watch me going through the years doing the spine busters. Me spine busters has evolved. It,
They get, yeah.
it really has evolved there earlier on. Fucking there, my pals on here, Jack. Now we watched obviously one of the first spine busters there. I did earlier on with me and BA Rose, and even straight away said you can see how much your spine busters came on since then. And it's just one of them.
That's
It's one of
true.
them. It was fucking it was. I wouldn't say it was trial and error, but it was just something evolving. That's all it was, something evolving. And obviously the first time I did it was obviously I'd done the spine buster before then. Do you know what I mean? I'd done it before then. Fucking, we've all been there as kids. Fucking doing the backyard and doing the spine busters. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? We've all been there. Do you know what I mean? But fucking, it was just something that I want to. I knew I could do. I'm not going to say I knew I could do incredibly, but I knew I could do all right. And it was just something that evolved. And fucking, obviously, it really has. Do you know what I mean? It's if anything, it's one of my best moves. It's one of my
Yeah.
best moves that I do. It really is. And like there, fucking earlier on, me, obviously Jack, who's on here now, watch me and BA, the first ever in ring spine buster I did, the first one. You can see to what I do now how much it's evolved.
Yeah.
You really can. You really can.
I like the one that you done to Alton Thorne and fuck. I think it was just first ever no rope barbed wire match over in Scotland.
Listen, honest to God, that makes me cringe because it's like how close he was to fucking ripping his head wide open. You don't understand how close he was because there with doing the spine buster into a corner when you've got turnbuckles, it's a different story. You eat your head on a turnbuckle pad.
Yeah.
But with the no rope barbed wire, there was none of that. There was no turnbuckle pad to protect you. There was generally the hook that the turnbuckle connected to.
I showed up my barbed wire.
If he came a little bit close, and listen, it's one of them. It's fucking. I wanted to win. It's not going away from him, but I want him to go back home to his wife. Do you know what I mean? I
Oh
want him to
yeah.
go back home to his wife safe. It goes without saying. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to kill him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know, that's the last thing. But watching when I do that spine buster to Alton, you can see literally how close he comes to that hook on the
Yeah.
post. You can see, and if he fucking, do you know what I mean? If the force he went down, if he just did that hook, his head was split wide, literally wide. It was literally a serious operation case. But as for the best spine buster, me personally myself, the best spine buster, I think there's two. There's two. I'd say there's a toss up out of the best spine buster I've done. One was against MM3 in the UK.
Okay.
When didn't I lay the light
Ooh,
tubes up in the corner in the chains?
Yeah.
That was
I
one.
remember that.
Uh, and the other one, which it's to be fair, I think this the next one could tip it for being the best, but it's a hard. It really is a hard decision. Was me and BA Rose in TNT.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I'd definitely say I have a watch it because it's that was incredible. That was incredible. And like I said earlier on there, I'm not going to turn around and say I do the best spine buster. That would be really, really disrespectful to Ann Anderson. It would be. I'm not going to turn around and say I do the best one, but I do the spine buster different to everybody else does it.
That's true.
I do it completely different to everybody else. When I do the spine buster, I do the spine buster. And it's sort of like I do the spine buster, but I spear into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, notice that. It's like you spearmen and lift them up and then spine bust.
My legs are literally fucking. My legs, when I go into it, my legs are higher than their head is.
Yeah. So, who's on your bucket list to wrestle? Like, do you have any, I guess you would sort of say top tier elites or like,
I'd,
big.
I'd love to wrestle Necro.
Oh, fuck yes, Necro.
I'd love to wrestle.
Ooh,
Listen, obviously it's one of them. Like you've already asked me, do you know what I mean? Fucking, I've said Otis Cougar, but that's a different
Yeah.
story. That's someone where this match has got to happen. This is a war. This has got to happen. But as for bucket list of people who I'd like to wrestle, Necro's on the top of the list.
Yes, I'd love to see you in fucking Necro.
It would have, like, if you asked me that question a few months ago, it would have been, oh, well, Necro Butcher, Matt Tremont. But I've had the pleasure of wrestling Matt Tremont twice.
Yes. So, what's your opinion on the ICW chains, like the actual chains, not the brand or the promotion or the promoter or anything, just the chains themselves?
I absolutely love the concept.
Yeah.
I understand how it sells. I understand why he does it. I understand. Do you know what I mean? It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick that clearly sells because fuck me, he everywhere he goes, it sells out. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Why wouldn't you continue with that? I completely understand with that. But I'm not the biggest fan of the chains. One, it hurts. It does hurt. It really,
I
really does
understand
hurt.
that.
It really, really does hurt. And another one, I can't. When I go and do me running elbow drop off the apron, I can't do that because there's fucking where you've got the turnbuckle, then the ropes, and the turnbuckle pad. You've got room on that apron to run.
Yeah.
When you've got that chain's going through the turnbuckle hoop. You've got no room to run.
Yeah, you got no leverage.
You've got nothing. And like there when I did the four man for ICW against Redacted and Redacted Otis Cougar and his name's gone out my head now, the fella.
Alex Stretch, I think.
Alex Stretch, that's the guy. When I did that, I wanted to do me run up and get the elbow drop onto Dr. Redactor, but I couldn't. All I could do was really drop.
There's no leverage in the chains.
There's nothing. But listen, it's one of them. It clearly sells. You know what I mean? There's no going away from it. The change clearly sells. Fucking they have sold out crowds. Fucking people want it. I understand. Fair play. Let's go for it. Do you know what I mean? Fucking like they're like I said with the no ring matches. I'm not a big fan of the no ring matches, but fucking Casanova Valentine does absolutely incredible doing the no ring shows. He sells out every single time he does a no ring show. So if
Oh yeah,
if he's gonna sell out doing an O-ring show, fucking go for the fucker. You fucking
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? You're doing well out of it. If Danny DeManto is gonna sell out, and obviously fucking he's since he's been back, and obviously a long time before then, but since he's been back, fucking near enough every single time he's been back, he's had unbelievable, literally unbelievable. That weekend when I came over for Rise. The best turnout that weekend was for the chains. If
fucking
if that's gonna join, if that's gonna fucking attract the crowd, go for the motherfucker.
yeah. You'd be crazy not to.
Exactly. It's a gimmick that draws a crowd, and if that gimmick draws a crowd, if that gimmick's making you money, getting people invested, who's anybody to tell you not to do it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Seeing how you talked about, how you don't like the no ring, or you don't like the change because they hurt. Do you think, in your opinion, being a wrestler, do you think more injuries happen in no ring death matches in the chains than any other promotion, like with ropes and stuff?
Um, No, like I say, listen, fucking me, words could maybe be a little bit twisted there. I'm not saying fucking I don't like them because they hurt. I'm not saying I don't like the change because they hurt. Fucking, it's not.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
understand.
that's not the reason at all. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, I'm a deathmatch wrestler. The pain comes with it. The pain comes with any style of it. The pain comes with it. It's just it's my preference that I don't like the no ring, and I'm not saying I don't like the chains. I'm not saying I don't like the chains. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. I'm actually not saying that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. It sells, but in my opinion, I'd prefer the ropes. I
There's
feel
no
you
such
can have a lot better match in the ropes. It's not the fact that all the
Yeah,
chains
yeah.
hurt. Do you know what I mean? That I don't like them. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, I'm a deathmatch wrestler. The pain comes with it. You've got to take the pain. Simple as that.
No, that's
That
true.
that's what it is. Obviously, it's the same with obviously a no ring death match. The pain comes with it. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, you're putting yourself in it. You've a promoter's asked you. You've said yes. You know for a fine fact the pain comes with it. But it's like it's the exact same situation with a no ring death match. I like brawling. I like going around. I like this, that, the other. But I'd like a ring. Do you know what I mean? I prefer the ring being there. Even though I like the brawling, I like the full factor thing is going back to a ring.
That's true.
the
That's
foundation of wrestling, isn't it? The very
it's
True.
foundation of it.
it's the exact same thing with the chains. I understand why the chains happen. I understand because they sell, and that, do you know what I mean? It's fucking, if the chains sell, if they get good crowds, which they do, who's anybody to tell Danny DeManto not to do it? Do you know what I mean? Who's anybody
Bingo.
to say not to do it? But in my opinion, I like ropes better. That's just, do you know what I mean? That's my
Yeah.
preference. That's my opinion, and that doesn't come down to how things hurt, how things feel, what it's like. That doesn't come down to that because I'm in deathmatch wrestling. No matter which way, do you know what I mean? It's gonna hurt. You've got to be ready for that pain. You've got to be ready for things hurting. You've got to be ready for that. But for me, that's my preference. You know what I mean? That's what I like. I like the ropes. I like being able to bounce off the ropes. Do you know what I mean? I like that. With the chains, you can't really do that. If you go off the chains, if you run off of the chains, it's not very wise. Do you know what I mean? It's Like if someone goes to run the ropes off the chains, it's like, well, wait a fucking second. You're running off chains. Why the hell isn't that hurting you?
Yeah, there's no flexibility, and your style of match completely changes, doesn't it?
And it's like,
becomes
why the hell isn't what you're doing hurting you? Why aren't you selling these chains? These chains are fucking supposed to kill you. Why?
Yeah.
Why the hell aren't they? Do you know what I mean? That's and there when like thinking back to it that four-way I had in America when Otis Cougar sent me into the chains. He whipped me into the chains, and instead of me running off the chains, I was like, fucking hell. Well, I went off them chains. You'll be able to watch it. I went off them chains. Like, Jesus Christ, this has destroyed me. It's killed me. And then he come running at us with a spinning back elbow and put us down.
I think that's why Danny made the changes to make it more brutal.
That's it. You know what I mean? I'm not, do you know what I mean? I understand that. It sells. It gets a crowd in. It absolutely sells. I'm not knocking that, do you know what I mean? But in my preference, do you know what I mean? My preference is different to other people's. My preference, I like ropes. Like that with no ring death matches. My preference, I like brawling, but I like a ring being there.
What's the most, since you've been around, death matches all of your life and wrestling, what's the most brutal weapon or contraption you have ever seen?
Um,
Thing and stuff.
Let me think.
there's been some stuff at Rise, hasn't there?
But like fucking there's realistically there's a lot fucking before that, you know what I mean? There's a lot what I've seen before that that's been fucking I'm trying to think. Do you know what it is, right? The most brutal, listen, I'll be brutally honest, right? And this isn't even before me coming into wrestling. The most brutal, what I think is uncontrollable, this brings a lot of pain, this is serious, is when a gusset plate is put on a 2x4 or a bat
John Wayne Murdoch. Yes, sir.
and swung. And when you're putting a gusset plate to someone's head and you're eating it, listen, fair enough, it's going to do damage, it's going to hurt, it's going to create scars 100%. But when you are swinging a gusset plate, you are swinging a gusset plate on a 2x4 or a bat or whatever it is. When you are swinging that and you're swinging for the fences, you can't control that motherfucker. And when you are swinging that, that's fucking, it's gonna rip.
Yeah, it's gonna land wherever the fuck it lands. Yeah, that's true.
That's it. Like
Same with
different
pins, isn't it? Pins and bats.
It's fucking it's like with me. That's the be all and end all. Do you know what I mean? That's where I think it's fucking it gets fucking. No, I wouldn't say too far, but that's what I would say was the most lethal, the most thing when I've loads of times I've been in death matches and we'll have this gusset plate thing to a bat, and it's like when you're putting a gusset plate to an arm, you're putting a gusset plate to a chest, you're putting a gusset plate to a head, you can control that. All it's doing is going in. But when you are swinging, you've got this gusset plate onto a bat. When you are swinging, there's no control over it. There's nothing. It's going in, and if it goes in, fair enough, it just goes in. But there's a great chance that it's going to go in and it's going to rip.
That's true. Like Murdoch and Alex Sloan when Murdoch got his fucking arm sliced or his shoulder or whatever.
Exactly. You can't. That, in my opinion, that's what I would say is the thing. You can't control that. When a gusset plate's put onto a bat, you can't control it.
I honestly gotta say that fire's pretty fucking wicked. That's one of the Oh God, brutal.
100%, 100%. I'll agree with you on that one. Fire's another one. Fire's
Especially when
another one. You can't fucking listen. Fucking, I don't. Was it last year? The year before? Masada.
Yeah, that
oh
was I
god,
think 2
yeah.
years ago in uh California. North Korean assassin got caught on fire earlier this year.
With,
It's
with fire, you can't judge. You can't judge how fire goes. You can't. But when I like as me watching, fucking seeing, thinking about stuff, the gusset plate onto a bat is fucking. And listen, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. To be fair, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because fucking I what we're in when me and BA worked in TNT for the second time me and BA worked. BA put a gusset plate on my back, and it was generally it was a huge gusset plate, like it literally fucking near enough filled up my back,
damn,
and then it's a chair on it.
damn.
That fucking
Oh,
that thing, but it wasn't on the chair. The gusset plate wasn't attached to the chair. He put it on my back and then hit the chair across my back. But
oh,
fucking gusset plates attached to a bat, to a 2x4. It really is. It's lethal. Like it really is.
This one's probably gonna make you think. What is the most brutal match you have ever seen your dad in?
The most brutal. It's not even going to make me think. It's not going to make me think. I can say it straight away, fucking without even thinking. The most brutal match I've ever seen my dad in was in Germany for WXW. It was fans bring the weapons, and literally fucking at the time in WXW, the fans were crazy. They were crazy. I think to the point, this is the God's honest truth. In WXW, the fans, but behind WXW, they kept buying tapes. Obviously, at the time, obviously there would have been CDs, but at the time it was tapes. They kept buying tapes, what they'd already had before, to keep WXW alive. These
Damn,
same fans, my dad was in a fans bring the weapons match, and you could not listen. I'll send you. I've got the footage somewhere of the match. You couldn't move. You couldn't work a move in the match for weapons. It was full to the
holy
point
shit!
I was there. Fucking, I was in the balcony. Now I ran to the front to watch it, and I don't know if you know him. Fucking listen, fucking wrestling legend, Joey Legend. Like, fucking convenient to be fair. Fucking Joey Legend. Yeah, that was like generally his name. The Joey Legend pulled me off the balcony so I couldn't see it.
Damn,
The match went that so far. My mother went into the ring to try and stop it.
Jesus!
That's without a shadow of a doubt the most violent. And listen, don't get me wrong. I'd only seen maybe 5 minutes of the match before Joey Legend pulled me off the balcony, so I couldn't see it. But
Jesus!
that was I. It was. I don't know if I don't know if you had it over there or not. Could you ever remember bananas in pajamas?
I don't think so.
Well, in the UK, obviously, it must have been Europe. We had a thing, a child show. Can you remember it, Jack?
I absolutely do. Yeah, yeah.
Well, in the UK, and obviously it must have been Europe, we had a thing called a child's program called Bananas in Pajamas, and obviously it was exactly like I describe it. It was bananas in pajamas. It was a child's show, and this is how thing they got. They had the bananas in pajamas. This child saw there was two dolls of it, and these bananas in pajamas
Hey,
was covered in barbed wire, wrapped in light tubes, and had
hey,
drawn pins sticking out the head. That's how crazy the Germans was.
damn! What the hell?
And
Holy.
that was without a shadow of a doubt. That was
no.
the
Hey,
craziest match I'd seen me dad in. As for being frightened in a match, fucking frightened of me of like thinking my dad's really hurt. That was in 1PW, and you can see that, to be fair, online on YouTube. My dad was against he was against Martin Stone, and he missed the cannonball off the air. He put Martin Stone on a chair and missed the cannonball off the apron, and Martin Stone moved and he hit the chair, and it was a beat down all the way through.
What was his
And
name in NXT again?
uh, Danny Birch,
Danny Bates. There you go.
he had obviously my dad biggest part of the match, fucking near enough all the match. My dad took the beat down, and after that, after the match, my dad took that so much of a beat down. Even me, I went backstage worried out my head, thinking my dad was hurt.
that's fucking crazy, bro.
And this obviously fucking when I seen my dad, do you know what I mean? My dad reassured me that he wasn't hurt, but obviously with the fans bringing the weapons in Germany, I wasn't bothered. I'll be honest, I wasn't. Even though that was fucking maybe a lot more serious situation, I wasn't bothered.
That's fucking crazy. Those goddamn motherfuckers go crazy.
Crazy, man, crazy.
Was Iceman the only one who trained you, or was there more? If there's more, who else was it?
There was a few. There was my dad trained us. There was one of his best friends, Tony Spitfire, that trained us. One of his other best friends, Lance Thunder, that trained us. But mostly it was like obviously mostly my dad.
I understand that.
Mostly it was dad.
I got one more
I got
question,
1,
and it ain't even 5 7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got
What did
6
you
more
think of
questions.
Survivor? Did you catch Survivor Series this weekend, Jack?
I did indeed.
What do you think of it?
I enjoyed it. The what stood out to me most is the war the end war games, the stories that was told.
Oh yeah,
There was a lot of stories. There was a lot of things set for the future, and that's what stood out to me most.
I love you.
yeah.
What's one thing you think deathmatch wrestling has lost over the years?
To be fair, like even though even though a lot of people think I don't think it's lost a lot. I really don't think it's lost a lot. Fucking it's like looking back at Japan, like in the thing of Foley days and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, you could turn around and say, "Oh, it's lost a lot," but in another sense of the thing, it's gained a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's like going back from the early 2000s. It's like to now, like talking to now, it's gained a lot.
I feel like we've lost a lot of good storytelling over the years.
I do agree, but it's like the way I look at it, it's like Jesus Christ. The last couple of years, you've had Nick Gage, fucking on national TV doing a death match. Do you know what I mean? You fucking no matter which way you look at it, you've had David Arquette fucking doing a documentary about fucking deathmatch wrestling. Win, but let's not be honest, he won because he fucking won. Do you know what I mean? He got the better of me.
I understand that. How about with the chainsaw blade that Alton Thorne used on you? It was a pretty solid idea.
It was nasty shit. It really hurt. It really hurt.
That was a pretty solid idea for a deathmatch weapon. I personally never seen it used.
No, me either. And I've never seen it used since to be honest. But it was
So I gotta
really
give him
weird.
that. He does have a creative mind. I give him that, but
100%, 100%. I'm never not going to take it away from him. He's a great deathmatch wrestler. I will not take it away from him. But unfortunately, I'm better.
since everybody has a different opinion on them, how do you feel about weed eaters or weed whackers? Because I know some people call them different things. So how do you feel about them?
Well, in England, we call it a strimmer.
Aye.
We call it a strimmer. Where you call it weed whackers, we call it a strimmer.
I think it depends on the state for us, because like Kentucky, we call it weed eaters, and then up north, I've heard it be called weed whackers. So
Yeah, well, in the UK, we call it a strimmer.
that's fucking cool. I've never
And
heard anybody call it that.
listen, it's one of them fucking. You can't. I haven't really got much of an opinion on it because I've took it. I've took one. Do you know what I mean? Fucking that. The first match with Alton Thorn, he hit me with one.
I understand that. So when Elton Thorne broke your ribs, how many did he break?
2.
2. Jesus, I thought he only broke that one because we was on the phone and like I knew that she was going to the doctor the next day. And I thought he only broke that one because he was like, it's hard to
No.
breathe, bro.
Listen,
He was like,
listen. Let's get it right. Let's get it completely right. Fucking. He claims he broke my ribs. He
yeah.
claims he broke it, but he didn't. It was the bump that broke my ribs. Both of us went off that fucking apron. Both
Oh
of us went off.
shit.
Do you know what I mean? Fucking. He didn't. It would be a different story if he hit me and fucking he broke my ribs. He didn't. Both of us went off that apron. Both of us fell, and unfortunately, it was me that got my ribs broken.
Oh, so it wasn't him.
It was not him. As much as he likes to say it, it wasn't him. Fucking, it was the bump. It was the bump that broke my ribs.
I now I know the truth.
Yeah, 100%. It's here. It's out in the open to see.
So this is my last question, and I have to know the answer. So when you fought Iceman in the part 2 Father versus Son, where did the idea of choking him with a toe strap come from?
When I thought, how the fuck am I going to keep this crazy motherfucker down?
I fucking love that answer. So
But
I have
it's clear. It's clear knowledge. Obviously, fucking a ring with the fucking the ratchet straps. That's how a ring's kept tight. That's underneath a ring. That's how it's kept tight. And obviously, fucking with a ring having ratchet straps. Listen. I don't know what you'd call it in the US, but obviously back here we call it ratchet straps. That's how you keep it underneath a ring tight. You keep it fucking.
never fucking knew that.
Yeah, you keep it. That's how you keep it. It keeps tight, and obviously, fucking with that being under the ring and ratchet stripe there was obviously fucking a couple of others that was under the ring. I just like I can't keep them down. Fucking I can't like they're like exactly the same with the nail in the ear with the first one. I can't keep them down. What the fuck am I gonna do? Fucking try and use me fucking brain and try and keep them down whichever way I can.
So, no offense, but I got like a little inside joke about England wrestlers. And I was watching you and Tim Strange.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to mess with Jack about what is up with the England boys choking people. What is up with y'all choking people?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Because you choked your dad. I've seen Tim choke you. I love it though. I love what y'all do over there across the pond. I love the what's the word I'm looking for? The whatever behind it. The come on squirrel. The sense behind it or whatever.
Mm.
I love what y'all have to offer, and one day hopefully I can come over there.
I'd like to see you come over. I really would.
Hi, baby girl. But thank you for your time, Jack, and
Hey,
I'm gonna
Jack,
let you go and get you some sleep, bud.
It's been great speaking to you. I've really, really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed this interview. It was fun as fuck.
Me too.
thank you,
See you
sir.
later, bros.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you, bro.
See you later.